we've got Captain Newt. We've got Quartermaster Ocean. We've got Navigator, me. We've got Gunner Chris. We've got Surgeon Zan.
I love the rabbits.
We got Shipwright Barrelman. We got Cooper Pav. So blue.
So many
blue.
rabbits.
We got Cook D, not an instruction. Cabin Boy Super.
Oh, that means.
And Stowaway Alex.
Of course it is. I always put off looking down at my phone to see what rank I am because I enjoy just the tension of like waiting and oh.
So they threw him overboard.
Alex, are you the Duracell bunny, not sponsor?
No? Maybe.
But the captain's spirit
Yeah.
was vengeful
Why not?
and haunted the crew, wanting to return
Probably
his
not
treasure
for
to the sea.
licensing reasons.
Everyone check your device to see if you've been haunted. Make sure no one sees.
So everyone's black spot will tell them whether they're human or a ghost and what their individual trait is. Traits are unique, so if you have a trait, it means no one else does. There also might be 0, 1, or 2 players on the ship who don't have a trait and are innocent players. And innocent is a great opportunity
round,
for you
the
to
captain will
pretend
give
you've got
2
something a
jobs
little
to
bit more
choose.
exotic to help someone fall into a trap.
Oh, mine's in a
The
song.
captain and any players with that job.
But yeah, it's also the
will
five
have to
rabbits at
obey
the bottom of
or
the ship.
disobey The order.
Hmm.
Ghost
So these
players
also
will be
come forward,
working
doesn't
against
it?
the crew by disobeying
So,
the captain's
if we
orders.
believe you
So make
and
sure to throw
D.
them overboard.
That's our 2 innocents.
Okay, here we go. It's day 1. So each day, the captain chooses a job, which is represented by the job icons at the bottom of the screen. 3 of those pirates will have the job icons and will have to obey or disobey. If you're a human, you want to obey, which gets the ship up here closer to shore. If you're a ghost, you want to disobey, and that means that the symbols won't match, which means that we lose some of our treasure down here in our lovely treasure chest of eggs.
Divvy the gold.
So the captain
Lovely
has
obey from me.
chosen Divvy the Gold,
Choose
and
to
we've got
obey or
everyone
disobey.
with a treasure chest icon playing in, which is not me, but is Super D and Pav. We had 3 obeys and 1 disobey, which means the job failed and we lose one of our treasure chests of eggs
No events
overboard.
today.
That means
Here's-
one of those players down there with a red circle is probably a ghost. My guess is Pav.
Not me.
It's definitely not me.
At the end of each day, we have the opportunity to vote a
Who's
pirate
always
overboard.
playing in when something goes wrong.
We take turns voting, normally from stowaway to captain, but of course, one player may be the assassin. In our case, Ocean is the assassin, and the assassin gets to vote first. The higher rank you are on the ship, the more voting power you have. And once we reach 11 votes, someone goes overboard.
Yeah, that's a high assassin.
It's a really high
Very
assassin.
high-ranked assassin.
I feel like me whispering into the microphone, I think it's Pav, has probably doomed
Yeah,
Pav.
I was going to say that cursed me. It was not me. I'd let you know.
You've
I
literally
am.
given him the black spot.
Literally 1 in 4 chance, you know? My apologies, Pav.
Get in the
It's
barrel.
okay. We just Ocean is so high up. Ocean must have just become a ghost.
So once a pirate
Let's
goes
see what the
overboard,
audience-
they return to the ship as a stowaway. We know that they've now been cleansed, so they should be human. Whoever threw them overboard, we want to be a little bit suspicious about them. Because if the person we threw overboard was a ghost, they're now no longer a ghost,
Avast,
and that's
Captain.
great.
You
If they
need
were a
job
human,
to
however,
do.
one of the people who voted for them has now just become a new ghost. So every time
So-
we vote wrongly, things get a little bit harder for us on the ship.
As the sidekick, my message says Pava was a human when thrown overboard.
That's really helpful, Pav. I'm glad you shared that.
Oh, amazing.
So one of the things that's not always immediately obvious that I think it's really helpful for us to kind of remind people is that the more votes you cast, the greater your voting power, the more likely you are to become a ghost. So if Pav really was human, I'm a little bit suspicious of our quartermaster assassin because that was a lot of votes to cast there.
That was so many votes. Between me and D,
Time
we
for
put
an
in
event,
4
crew.
votes.
What do you see on the horizon?
Ocean put in 9.
Everyone, check your devices to vote for an event.
Ooh. I would like a whirlpool, you know?
Oh, I'd enjoy a whirlpool.
So we're
yeah,
now in day
so what?
2, and to mix the game up a little bit, in some days we have an event. Our event selection method is currently set to Crew's Choice, which is one of the options available in the Events tab of the Custom Games menu. Through Crew's Choice, each crew member gets to choose on an event from a selection of 3, and the more choices, the more likely it is for an event to happen. In this case, we've all voted for Whirlpool, so fingers crossed we're going to get that Whirlpool. We've also got an audience of 3 people playing, and if the audience are playing along with you, they can vote for events, and they also join the Compass of Fate. In this
Oh.
case, we've got the Blurple choice, which was Bloodlust.
Blurple.
Blurple. It's like blue and purple. Blurple.
It's blue.
The crew are getting mighty keen to throw a pirate overboard and are eager to raise the stakes. Until a pirate is voted overboard, all crew members have 1 extra voting power. Bloodlust is particularly nerve-wracking when you have a very high-ranking assassin, and also, it means your captain can throw someone overboard on their own, which is very unusual in a game of Paper Pirates.
Who is always playing in when something goes
I'd
wrong?
like to point out that the day I was in passed, and I'm not a ghost.
I'd like to point out that I was the original stowaway and I haven't voted for anyone.
That's fair.
My suspicions are based on the person that threw me overboard.
Yeah.
I don't think it's new. However, as a psychic, I shall confirm.
So I don't think I'm going to get a chance to vote. I'm reasonably suspicious of Ocean. I think throwing Pav overboard on that first day, which was maybe my fault, was a little bit suspicious.
Fully your fault.
I didn't mean to.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some theories going on in chat that suggest that maybe Ocean was voting for Noop as a chance to try and become the new captain. It's possible. It's possible.
I think that's what's happening. I think
So
Ocean's waiting for another ghost to come along.
Not anymore.
Yeah, to just give him a helping hand.
Ocean was a ghost when thrown overboard.
Let's see what the audience.
I was just about to say, bear in mind we don't know Ocean's trait, but that would be a stupid thing to say because we know Ocean's the assassin.
Yeah, it's like one of the only ones we do know.
One of the only ones we know.
You need a job for your crew.
So one of the things that's great about Paper Pirates is that you're never out of the game, even when you're thrown overboard. You just get to come back as the stowaway and carry on, and you always have a chance of winning. Nearly always have a chance of winning. Chris is claiming Pure, Barrelman is claiming Diligent, and Noop is claiming Idle. Do we have any counterclaims?
No counterclaims,
Yeah,
but
no.
Pav did claim innocent right at the start and then immediately jumped onto, oh yeah, I'm the psychic.
That's
I did, that is
true.
correct.
Which fits my theory because
Ready,
D
the
claimed
cannons.
innocent. And
Yeah, no, I'm
Choose
not
obey
innocent.
or disobey.
I just didn't want to immediately admit that I was psychic, but then me thrown overboard could kind of prove that.
Nobody's come out as
Somehow.
the disguised, so it's possible we don't have a psychic.
Hmm?
Time for an event.
We went
crew.
forward
What do
2
you see
spaces
on the
there, so
horizon?
one of the people who played in there is the Diligent, which
Everyone,
Barrelman
check your
is claiming,
devices
so
to
that
vote
does
for an
match the
event.
claim.
Ghostly Whispers is the best one here.
I enjoy Noop in the chat saying, let's pass this, thanks.
Here we go. It's the Compass of Fate. So there's 4 possessions there, which is, you know, something to be aware of. It's our audience pick, however, which I've already immediately forgotten. It's Seeing Red. The crew are getting salty and have begun to see red. No pirate can skip their vote until the next time someone is voted overboard. So one of the things that's quite interesting about Seeing Red is you do have to vote, but that doesn't mean you have to throw someone overboard. A common misconception.
Problem is, I have no suspicions.
I also don't have... So. There was still that first day fail with people down at the bottom end of the ship. So I think there's a ghosty in this sort of region of the ship. You know, if it wasn't you, Pav, then
it wasn't me.
It could have been D, it could have been Noop, it could have been Super.
I don't know. My gut instinct is going towards D here, but that doesn't mean anything.
Careful. I declared a random gut instinct at the start of the game and it meant you were thrown overboard, so... I'm in quite a privileged position as the quartermaster. I don't very often have to vote, but I'm feeling a little bit anxious that it's Seeing Red, so unless someone goes overboard, it's going to get to me and I'm going to have to vote. And I don't really have a read on where I want this vote to go. I think so. So Chris is claiming pure, and no one has counterclaimed pure. So I'm reasonably... I can get on board with that, you know? If there was a counterclaim, I'd be questioning it.
A lot of votes for Super.
A lot of votes for Super.
Well, some for you, Alex.
Lots of votes for me.
Noop, Pav, D, and Super played in. Oh, this is very tense. This is very tense.
Get in the barrel.
Okay. Super was a ghost when thrown overboard.
Ooh.
Had to take a punt. Had to take a punt on someone who was in the first day.
Avast, Captain.
Noop
And as you can tell, my gut instinct was wrong.
Noop asks, what happens if you let the timer expire during a Seeing Red? And the answer is, you vote for a completely random pirate. So it's a pretty dangerous thing to let happen.
Yeah.
So Super is claiming that they are the disguise, which would flip Pav's psychic reveal. So if Pav sees Super as Ghost, and Super is genuinely the disguised, that means he was actually human, and that means we will have made either me, Barrelman, or Alex into a ghost. Just something to think about.
Secure the rigging. Choose to obey or disobey.
And in fairness, Super did say earlier in the game that they don't like to come forward if they're the disguised. So there was a hint dropped earlier that they could be disguised. That's another diligent success. So that's another 2 spaces closer to shore.
Everyone, check your devices to vote for an event.
There's an obvious choice here, if you ask me.
Yeah, totally.
So, I've been sat here trying to think, is there any reason for me to not come forward with this now? I'm a counterclaim the Disguised. I am the Disguised. Super be making things up.
But why?
Hmm.
Not sure. I've been sat. Super say Alex, you potato. Oh, because they've gone over as a ghost and they are still
And they're the
ghosts.
tainted.
They're the tainted. Super.
That was my first thought.
Alex, you potato.
On the plus side, the Lucky Egg Hunt.
Mhm.
So the Lucky Egg Hunt is the special event of the spring sailing season. So the Lucky Egg Hunt is with us for the next few weeks.
And the captain has it.
And the captain has a basket of magical eggs, which somehow contain a whole bunch of events. So I'm going to come forward. My aqua-coloured egg with dark blue wavy lines and spots is a quick step event.
Oh, I've got the quick step too.
That's not a thing, is it?
Mine says quick step.
Well, one of you's making it a thing. Not gonna lie, I can't remember. Matthew, you'll know better than I will on that.
So Xantham says yellow wiggles on purple is immunity. D says yellow, purple, and pink is mutiny. Super says green on blue is island adventure. Edge says my yellow egg with orange wiggles and dots is message in a bottle. Chris says
Green.
pink and blue is election.
I have
Mine
green with yellow
is-
zigzags.
Mine is blue with orange zigzags. Oh, it's gone anyway.
Noob's picked. Noob's
I'm
picked.
hesitant. What's Noob chosen?
That's hot potato.
Oh, why couldn't you choose that?
So,
We'll
So,
claim that.
While
I
still
think that's
loading
the
a
one that
chest,
Super was
a pirate
describing.
accidentally
And I
left
think
an
Super
exploding cannonball
lured
leaf
us
out. You
into
can pass the
what
cannonball
was
to another
lined as
player.
an island
Be
adventure,
careful.
just as a
Don't
way
be
to
the
get out of
last pirate
Stowaway.
holding it. Who's
Yeah.
runs out? And no backs.
Yeah, I'm tainted. You got me.
Very sneaky use of the eggs.
Is Chris just going to hold on to it because she's pure? Nope, never mind.
Well, if Super is the tainted and a ghost, Super could just keep it.
Super is not going to keep it. Super
No,
is
but
going
we can make
Spring.
Super keep
Super
it.
is going to throw that at the last second. Although you'd think it would make more sense to throw it so that someone passes it on, so there's a chance of creating a new ghost. I'm not going to lie, Noob. I was a little surprised you listened to Super.
At the last moment, the
Oh.
cannonball was thrown, and a pirate's gone overboard.
That's what we call
they were
the
human,
backfire.
Then the player that threw it to them is now a ghost.
So just putting this out there, just as a
We don't need anyone
general
else
point
going
of
overboard
warning,
today. We'll
what
skip
if Super's the cursed?
No,
It appears
it says on here
because
Super was a ghost when
you'll
thrown
have to give them a
overboard,
job.
so
Okay, okay,
Super is
that's
the
fair.
tainted.
That's fair.
I think I trust Pav with that.
Yeah, no, that's
Avast,
confirmation enough for
Captain.
me.
You need a job for your crew.
I feel like you're a psychic a lot of the time, Pav.
No, I don't know how that happens.
It's just his natural affinity to seeing
Yeah.
things. that sounded really rude. It wasn't intended to be rude.
Oh, Super still claiming disguised would be good if I wasn't already the disguised Super.
So, Edge asks, do we trust Newt? Which is a really, really good question because I'm not sure we do.
I don't trust you.
I mean,
I
that's
think I trust
fine.
Newt more than
That's fine. You can not trust me, but I don't know that I
Hmm.
trust Newt.
you. Okay. I think we've done all right, you know.
dearer to the
Right.
sun. Choose to obey or disobey now.
Having said that, if Super is the Tainted, why would he put you forward? He might put you forward so that we don't kill Noob
Time for an event, crew.
to keep
What do
you
you
out
see
of
on the
capture.
horizon?
I'm not a
Everyone,
ghost.
check your devices to vote for an event.
You only have my word for that, but
Yeah.
and I am mildly aware that I was just in a round that failed. So, you know,
Yeah.
that doesn't look great for me, especially if Chris really is the pure. We're not having the island. We're not having the island. It's that one vote for a magic lamp. It's the Blurple, the curse of the Blurple. Oh, please let the lamp be me. I love having the lamp.
And you get an
I feel like-
island and a magic lamp.
Looks like
Million
there
years,
was a
I want
rusted
You
lamp
can
in the
get an
town.
island in a magic lamp.
Give it a polish.
Super
but
is
Super's
probably
got it.
not the person that
Glimpse
we
into
wanted
the
to get the
future.
magic lamp. That's probably bad times
Check
for
your
us.
device to
I
see
feel
the
like Super was
future.
the one person that voted for the lamp as well.
If I was Super, I'd probably have voted for the lamp.
Mm.
Imagine if that genie is gifting Super like a whirlpool or something, you know?
Mm.
My guess is it's not, because I reckon if Whirlpool was on there, Super would be like, Whirlpool, and we wouldn't have had time to
The
blink.
stowaway was in the right place at
Oh
the right time.
no.
They swapped places with the captain.
But we know what's going to happen now.
Oh no.
Because we've got a guaranteed ghost as captain, and we definitely don't want that. I'd rather have a possibly a ghost
Look
than
out
a
for players who
guaranteed
were in
one.
rounds that failed
Mm.
and weren't in rounds
Oh,
that succeeded.
you couldn't make it up. You couldn't write it.
Oh, don't they do it? Kill me. Oh.
No, there's literally no way.
So
That
you
would
can
not
have
trigger
me as
anything.
captain, and I'm human. I mean, you don't believe that I'm human, but that was, I've got to say, that was some beautiful magic lamp action.
So there's definitely no possibility that Super is the cursed, right? We don't want to throw over the curse 3 times.
As long as we believe Pav. As long as we believe
Can I
Pav.
trust you here?
And so, as long as we believe Pav, and as long as we believe you, and we believe that you're the disguised.
I am the disguise.
Mutiny!
Oh, Pav, don't just laugh now.
No,
Let's
I,
see what the
I'm confused at what Super's saying.
It's fine. It's fine. Super isn't the cursed. It's fine. He would have had his cursed victory screen by now.
Yeah, yeah.
It says Super's a ghost again. Like,
Captain, choose a job for your crew. Make sure you pick a job.
So Edge is
that
claiming
only
fail this
people you
next day and
trust
get Matteo out.
So I have got chests or anchors. Sorry, that's not how you say that word. I've got chests or anchors. Chests or anchors.
I'm in both. I'm good.
I'm in anchors. I'm good.
I'd go more for anchors.
Choose to
I'm not
obey or
ghost.
disobey.
I don't know what to tell you.
I have obeyed
I've
this.
obeyed. I'm
I'm-
trusting you here, Matthew.
I'm the not ghostiest.
Okay. That could have been Ocean carrying out Edge's plan.
Time for an event, crew. What do you see on the horizon?
Yeah.
Everyone, check your devices to vote for an event.
Election, please.
I don't think a time warp helps us.
I don't, so that's what I was trying to work out. I was trying to figure out if a time warp helps us, and I think a time warp makes the situation worse.
Hmm.
As fun as a time warp always is,
No, noob. We're not making you captain.
Apples.
it's probably going to be the Blurple choice again, you know? The Curse of the Blurple.
Hmm.
Oh, it's the Curse of the Green. What was green?
Oh wait, you were idle, noob.
Green was the
Yeah.
time warp. So,
Oh,
if
there
we're
we go.
having the time warp,
The very fabric
let's
of
make
time
the
and
most of
space
it.
tears asunder in front of the ship. Despite the crew's best efforts,
I'm
they
paying
cannot
attention to
avoid
try and
being
figure
dragged
out
into a
what
time
we did in this timeline. Oh, so it was before the magic lamp.
When everyone awakes, they find
Right,
themselves
okay,
precisely
so-
one day in the past. And
Which in
everything is
fairness-
exactly as it
Go
was.
to super again, or
Check your device to remind yourself of whether you are
Theoretically,
a ghost
the
or a
magic
human
lamp will
at this
go
point in your
to
timeline.
a different player.
right?
Theoretically, ooh. Alex, you are asking me questions about things that I implemented a long time ago. I'm a bit like, do we even get the same choice of events?
You need to choose a job.
Okay. It could just give us imposter again. Who knows?
Do you know what? I think that's actually what happens.
It could be.
Or,
Yeah, I think you're
or
right.
I think it will give us magic lamp again if it can.
Hmm.
I think it'll
Which I'd
override
imagine
the
it
crew's
will.
choice with a lamp if it can, and lamp is wild, so it will always give us a lamp.
Yeah.
Sorry, the game mechanics are not normally this deep, but when you do time travel, things are hard.
What about rigging and passing?
I feel like Ocean is disobeying. If wheels failed and then anchors failed that last time.
Yeah.
Steer to the port side.
Mm-mm. I think this is gonna
Choose
fail though.
obey or disobey.
I've obeyed.
I think history's gonna play out again.
There's the disobey.
I obeyed.
Time for an event, crew. What do you see on the horizon? Everyone, check your devices to vote for an
Okay,
event.
we got different events.
Ooh. Okay.
That was a tough choice. That was a tough choice. You know me, normally I dive on the eggs, right? I'm like, let's have the eggs. But the other two?
I did dive on the eggs.
Oh, and overpower from the audience's choice as well.
Oh, audience, why?
The audience are chaotic neutral. Or chaotic. It's the exorcism. I'm human. You may exorcise me,
The
but I am
captain needs to
human,
choose a player
and
to
it is a waste of an
exercise.
exorcism.
Let's hope they choose a ghost.
Hmm.
See, I think I believe you there.
I would prefer that we exorcised an actual ghost so we can actually get to home. Because
Well, yeah.
I'm not failing these. We're one from home, right? I wouldn't be pleading to try and stay a ghost. It doesn't make sense.
So I think my hot take is that Ocean is the cursed.
Okay, it's possible. It's possible, but I don't know if I follow the logic entirely.
I think you're right.
I
Because
think that's where
Ocean-
the ideas are coming from.
Ocean is a guaranteed human.
Hmm.
If you check the game log, Ocean has not voted for anybody.
But I did
But-
obey that.
Okay.
And Chris is claiming pure. So I don't know who failed that
The
round.
captain has chosen a player to exercise.
We're putting
They are
forward that
now
it's Ocean.
definitely human.
Okay, Captain choosing D to exercise.
So he knows D's human.
Who is always playing in when something goes wrong.
D says, I was a ghost. There we go. Trust in fate, if nothing else. Social deduction's great, but fate, right? Fate.
That was just so lucky. I don't think we need to vote.
I still don't know. I still don't know that I don't know that I super trust Snoop. And I don't know that I super like the way that the behavior was during that exorcism didn't really give me a lot of faith. I'm not, and I really want to make this abundantly clear, I don't necessarily think that we should throw Noop overboard.
Yeah.
But there's a seed of doubt, is what I'm saying. Just a little bit of me that's like, I'm not sure, you know?
Mutiny!
Chris is going for it.
So Noop was a human when thrown overboard.
Let's see what the audience...
Oh.
So theoretically, Chris is the pure.
Yeah.
I'm not a ghost, but I confess you do only have my word for that.
Captain, choose a job for your crew.
But it's quite a
Make
big
sure
word.
you pick a job that only people you trust.
Yeah, but we've also only really got Chris's word for them being the pure.
I've got chests and anchors again.
I do think this is worse than before.
Rejoining the time stream, you know? This is what happened last time. I said anchors last time. We're back where we were. What did I play last time and what failed last time? Because I'll just do the other one.
You chose anchors because it had me, Pav, and Ocean in it.
Count
Chests
I
it
think
is.
I think it's
got
gonna
Pav
fail.
Notion.
Yeah, it's got
And it's got super in
super in it. It's a guaranteed
You're
ghost.
What do you want from me? I played the other one and the other one failed too. We've been here twice. Literally, we've been through the parallel timeline, you know?
It went worse.
See, Super's a guaranteed ghost, full stop, so Super was going to disobey that. I do think you're right. I think Ocean is cursed and wants to be thrown overboard.
I'm trying my best as a human captain.
It appears that the time energy is spent, and it is no longer possible to
I'm just a
travel back
human
in time
captain
now.
standing in front of his crew, asking them to obey.
I just realised how red you're glowing. The most red in the world. More
I've
than
just
me and
been in all the fails. That doesn't mean I'm a ghost.
so with me and Pav. You are.
Look
you
how
are
red
literally
Pav's glowing.
You're glowing more than Pav is.
I don't think that's
Okay.
true. I think I'm just more on the edge than Pav.
I don't like this. I have not voted. I'm not like I'm the sidekick. And like now you're putting the blame on me, the person that's given you the most information on the shit. My votes weren't originally going to go in that direction.
If I was a ghost, I would have asked to be cleansed during the exorcism. The only reason I wouldn't have done is if I was the tainted, and we've established that Super is the tainted. I'm not so arrogant that I would be like, I am going to turn away this guaranteed human victory for a ghost victory.
Well, I'm throwing off a guaranteed ghost to get Noob back on board at least.
I don't know why I voted for you, Matthew, because if that had 2 failures in it, Was it really two people trying to not get you as captain? Was it not someone
I'm
that's
human.
a ghost?
Yeah,
Was
you were
human.
human.
Oh,
see.
Still
What
are
they are.
human.
I'm riddled.
This ship is, I was going to say disease-ed. We're not really disease-ed. We're haunt-ed.
Hmm.
We are
Alas,
a
Captain,
veritable
you need a
festival
job
of
for your
ghosts.
crew.
A festivale of ghosts.
Do not put Barrelman in. Mm-hmm.
Brig and anchor.
Everybody is a ghost except me.
I am not a ghost.
Yeah, I know you're not now.
We know it now.
So both,
Well, I didn't
Both-
vote for you. I voted for the guaranteed ghost.
Put the captives in the
so both
brig.
Brig and Anchor have Ocean in, which
Choose to
is
obey or disobey now.
upsetting.
It's a little bit sad.
So I do think Ocean is where these failures are coming from.
I think you could be right.
I was trying to do a big brain play. I thought you were all going to just
Right,
survive.
okay.
Time for an event. What
So-
do you
But I
see
do
on the
think it's
horizon?
Ocean.
So, Pav's big brain play
Everyone,
there, again,
check
for
your
anyone who
devices
doesn't,
to
who
vote for
who's
an
new to
event.
Paper Pirates, is that when you have 4 disobeys in a row, that also, because the cards match, counts as a success and moves the ship closer to home. So if you think you're in a day where you know there's a guaranteed ghost, and you can do a little bit of sneaky communication, maybe with your eyes, with your fellow crewmates, if you think you can betray your other crewmates successfully and get 4 disobeys in, you can sometimes slip one past the ghosts. But that's a next level play. That requires top level sneakiness.
I think that one's always easier to get when playing in person as well.
That it definitely that kind of that in person where you can do some like subtle like micro facial movements at people, you know, a raised eyebrow across the room. When people can bring their poker faces to the fore. So this is a quick step. This means that our timers will tick down slightly faster for the next day. It's worth me saying that I have the extended timers mode on, which gives us slightly longer to make decisions anyway, which is really useful if you're streaming Paper Pirates, because it means that, you know, it takes into account things like stream delay and make sure that everyone has a chance to respond on their devices.
And weren't in rounds that succeeded.
Why are you voting for me?
Because you've already got some votes on you, and I don't want to be stowaway.
Well, vote for the guaranteed ghost.
That's
So
pretty
again,
cool. These
if-
games, I've also seen it happen where there were 3 ghosts and an idol that got 4 disobeys. That's pretty good. I enjoy that.
So again, if you are new to Paper Pirates and are still kind of learning the rules, the stowaway always loses at the end of the game, as a general rule. There's one very, very small exception to that. 2 very small exceptions to that. But generally speaking, being the stowaway is bad.
I hope the sharks eat better than we did.
Thank you, Alex. I fully thought you were going to join the ghost team there.
You know, the option
Let's see
was
what
there,
the audience thought.
but I'm a good lad.
Okay. This is going down to the wire.
You need
This
a
is
joke for your crew.
this is quite tense now.
Super Saint Alex, they know. Trying to turn me in as a ghost. I'm as human as they come, thank you very much.
Rigging. Do rigging. Do rigging, Chris.
I can do
Rigging.
rigging. I can obey rigging.
Secure
Oh,
the
we're getting
rigging.
something random.
Rigging?
Oh,
No, it's
no.
rigging. It is rigging.
I am
Choose to
obeying
obey
this.
or
I
I
trust you
think this
all.
is gonna. I think this is gonna be a big success.
Not just a regular success, but a large success.
Big one. Big one.
It's
Yes.
4 obeys.
There we go.
It's 4 obeys, which means we're back to shore, which means whichever team the captain's on, human or ghost, wins the
Well
game.
done, crew. we've made it back to shore. Unfortunately for the stowaway, they always lose no matter which team they're on. Before we find out which team the captain is on, let's see which crew members are on the ghost team. Human.
I was a human.
Human.
Noop was a human.
Human.
Ocean was a human.
Human.
Pav was a human.
Human.
Alex was a human.
Human.
D was a human.
Ghost.
Barrelman was a ghost.
Human.
Zan was a
As
human.
we made it back to shore, the captain's team wins. But what team is the captain?
Please be pure. Oh, this is a big brain.
Yeah, if Chris isn't pure here,
Human.
And Chris is human
The
too.
captain was
there
a
we go.
human. The human team.
Do you know, I think with a ghost diligent, there was a real possibility that the ghost could have pulled that back.
Hmm.
I think there was a real possibility that with a ghost diligent, you could have probably pulled that back. Especially because I was the cursed. And I was trying to...
You were the curse.
I was the cursed all along. And so I was like, I'm the cursed. This is going to be the easiest win of all time.
Because
You
what?
guys
were-
love to
Yeah.
throw me overboard.
For one game, you were so unsuspicious.
And you just didn't.
Oh.
You just didn't. So our OGs were Ocean and Super. In day 1, we threw Pav overboard, which haunted D, turning them into a ghost. In day 2, we had the Bloodlust, and we threw Ocean overboard. And as Ocean was a ghost, we didn't create a new ghost. In day 3, we had the Seeing Red. We voted Super overboard, and as they were the Tainted and a ghost, we didn't create a new ghost.
Hey!
Thank you very much for the follow for X Plays. We really appreciate that.
Ocean
on-
disobeyed so many rounds. I don't understand.
Tempe makes a good point, though. They were the assassin. We should have remembered that.
It's true. It's true. On day 4, we had the Hot Potato, and Zan threw an exploding cannonball to Super, and of course Super was a ghost, so that didn't create a new one. We had the Magic Lamp on day 5, which swapped Super and Noop and made Super captain, and we threw Super overboard. They were a ghost. No new ghost was created. And then on day 6, we had a Time Warp, and we went back to day 5. This time we had an Exorcism, and Noop luckily let the timer run down, and by chance, we exercised D, who happened to be a ghost. We threw Noop overboard. They were a human, but no new ghost was created, which means that Chris would have been the ghost, but it was nullified by her pure abilities. On day 6, we rejoined the time stream, and we threw me overboard, and that made Barrelman a ghost. On day 7, we had the Quick Step. We threw Super overboard. They were a ghost, so no new ghost was created. And on day 8, it was a clean pass. So in fairness, Barrelman became a ghost quite late in the game. I was thinking that Barrelman probably became a ghost a little bit earlier than that. So Chris was the pure, which meant that they started as a human and can never become a ghost. Zan was the gifted. A gifted captain is able to choose from 3 jobs instead of 2 at the start of each day. Barrelman was the diligent. Jobs where the diligent play in have their outcome doubled. The diligent's power does not activate when they play in as captain. D was indeed innocent and therefore didn't have any trait. Not Alex was the disguised. If the disguised was the last pirate thrown overboard, the message the psychic sees is reversed. Pav was the psychic. The psychic has an additional hidden message in their black spot, which tells them whether the pirate last thrown overboard was human or ghost. Ocean was the assassin. The assassin always votes first. They still have the voting power of their rank, and their vote is followed by other pirates in ascending rank order, starting with the stowaway. Noop was the idol, as claimed. The idol plays in after all of the pirates have chosen to obey or disobey. I was the cursed. If I go overboard 3 times, either through events or through voting, the game immediately ends and they are the sole winner. I was trying fairly hard for that. And normally I'm very suspicious, and somehow I managed to go a whole game without being suspicious at all.
Yeah.
And Super was the Tainted. The Tainted starts as a ghost and can never become human, either through events or by being thrown overboard in a vote. The Tainted also gets to know who everyone else on the ghost team.